Hello, everybody. It is Wicked Wednesday, Werewolf Wednesday. It's Live with Kristy Day. How are y'all doing? I am doing fantastic. Just got done shooting the Nightmare podcast with Brian and with our other employee, Nikki. And we talked about the Terrifier movies and Art the Clown and all that. So that was tons of fun. That was a very good conversation, a very good podcast. I can't wait for y'all to see that on Friday. So hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Hello, David. I hope you are feeling better. Hello, Israel. How are you? It is hot, isn't it? It's going to be like 110 in this weekend, all weekend. Hello, Government Cheese. Always nice to see you. Hello, Anthony, Noah. Noah got to comment. Cody, hello, Cody. How are you? Hello, the Horror Basement. How are y'all doing? Hello, Lester, Michael, Elaine, Captain Spaulding, Chris. Let's see, Sin666, the Pug. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I'm so excited about this live show. I have a lot to talk about, actually. I have quite a few movies I want to talk about. And I have a lot of products to show, actually. Not all. I have a whole bunch of products stacked here beside me by my chair. It's a lot of Ghostface stuff. So, Elaine, I've got tons of products for you. This is all for you, girl. Hello, Killer Chris. How are you? Hello, Zombie Monson. How are you? On Wednesday, Oh, happy birthday. Well, that's awesome. Happy birthday. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. I really appreciate it. So, like I was saying, I have a lot of movies to talk about. I have products, tons of products to show. And then just a couple other little odds and ends and events and things I wanted to talk about, too, and discuss with y'all. All right. So, I know you love Ghostface, Elaine, and I have tons of Ghostface stuff I'm going to be showing here shortly. I want to talk about my movies first really quick, and then I'm going to show y'all all this merch. I'm so excited for all this Ghostface merch. We've sold quite a bit already, but we have a lot of really good stuff. And we got in some other stuff too besides Ghostface, but I'll show y'all here in just a little bit. So let's start off with the podcast, the Nightmare podcast we shot earlier. Like I said, it was me, Brian, and Nikki. It was a wonderful discussion. I hope everybody liked the podcast from last week when we discussed the Friday the 13th franchise with Joseph. I thought that was an excellent discussion. It was about 2 hours long, but there's a lot of movies in the franchise. But this one was an excellent discussion, too. We actually discussed quite a bit of things and fans and stuff like that as well. So, I have learned and discovered that, along with Ghostface, I had talked about this last week when I had posted a post about characters being overrated. I had discovered a lot of people don't like Ghostface. I discovered a lot of people don't like Art the Clown. And a lot of people don't like the Terrifier movies. And that's fine. We all like what we like and don't like and all that fun stuff. But some people just really, really hate these movies and hate Art the Clown. So I'm going to tell y'all my opinion and talk about them just a little bit. But I'm not going to get too into it because I really want y'all to watch the podcast. We really, really get into it, though, on the podcast. And you're going to want to watch that. You're going to want to hear what we all have to say. And like I said, we discuss a few other little things as well within talking about the Terrifier movies I think y'all might want to listen to. So, anyway, so some people I feel like don't know or realize or have watched All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Eve came out in 2013. It's about an hour and 23 minutes long. And you can find all of these movies on Tubi. All the movies that I'm actually going to talk about today are all on Tubi. Except for one of them. Except for Evil Dead Rise. That's kind of where it all started. Now, if you don't know, there were two short stories that were written first. The Ninth Street, I think it was called, and Terrifier was a short story, and those are part of the stories that are in the VHS tape that the babysitter and the kids are watching. So some people didn't know that. I actually didn't really know that either until I did my research, and I was like, oh, okay. So that must be where he got the title Terrifier from as well. The Terrifier short story is The Girl on the Highway. It's that story. So All Hallows Eve is a babysitter babysitting 2 kids, a brother and a sister. And the brother, they went trick-or-treating. The brother receives a VHS tape in his trick-or-treat bag along with all his candy. And the babysitter pops in the movie. They all want to know what it's about. And all of a sudden you start seeing some crazy stuff on this VHS tape. And you see the clown. They call him the clown. You don't find out that his name is Art until the very end of All Hallows Eve. But that is where pretty much the Art the Clown character got its start. And Damien is the one that wrote and directed All Hallows Eve. Obviously, it's on Halloween, just like Terrifier and Terrifier 2. So they're fantastic movies to watch for Halloween, on Halloween Day. I like it. I like all 3 movies. I feel a little differently about all 3, but I like all 3 generally. And there was a different actor that played Art the Clown in All Hallows Eve. And that actor, I have seen and read some people saying that they don't like that Art the Clown. They like this Art the Clown. But to me, I mean, it's still the same Art the Clown. Maybe they did a little more to the makeup, but it's still actually the same mask from actor to actor, because Damien didn't want to keep the same look going on and, the flow. But this is what it is. So the first actor from All Hallows Eve, Art is portrayed, obviously you see his whole sadistic side. A little later on, you kind of see him put in his little smart ass funny side a little bit, right? But he's not all comedy like you see him portrayed now. And that is because of David Howard Thornton. He is a trained mime. And when he went in for his audition, that's what he did. And Damon was like, oh, shit, I like that. That's cool. You're Art the Clown. And so he incorporated his mime skills and his comedic skills into the character. So now you get the Art the Clown that we know now, which is a little more comedic, still sadistic obviously, but a little more comedic than what you had gotten in All Hallows Eve. But we don't want to take away from what that actor had started and what he had done in that. He just chose to not want to continue the role. That's all. And so they ended up getting David. But I think that Art the Clown is fantastic. When he came out, when Terrifier came out in 2018, it was made in 2016, but it really didn't get any kind of release until 2018, and that's when people kind of started knowing about it. That's when we started knowing about it, and then Trick or Treat Studios started making the mask and stuff, and they started going to conventions and everything. But to me, I thought it was fantastic. I like the gore. People are calling it nonsense gore. There's a lot of people that don't like nonsense gore, and that's fine. I happen to like nonsense gore. I love it. I like the simplicity of the movie. It's, not too structured of a story, so I'm good with that. And that's just me. I like simplicity and tons of gore and crazy, cheesy stuff going on, and so I liked it when it came out. I thought it was fantastic, something new and something fresh for the horror community. And I also thought the character of Art the Clown was something new and something fresh and a new icon, and obviously now is becoming somewhat, I don't know if we want to call him an icon yet, but he's becoming that. He's a very well-known character now, obviously. So I just thought he was great. I thought it was a new character for all of us to love. So that's my opinion, but there are some people that just hate it. Which is fine. And then we get part 2, What are y'all saying? Oh my God, let me see. Y'all are talking here. Let me see what y'all saying. Art the Clown is a badass. Love Art the Clown. Not liking. Cody, you don't like Art the Clown? It's called a slasher when it's more like a splatter grindhouse movie. Yeah, it's gore. Splatter grindhouse. I'm with all that. I think it's all the above. I would call it all the above. To continue being art. So, well, he didn't want to continue being art, from what I read, was because he didn't want to continue to put the makeup and everything that goes into becoming Art the Clown. He just didn't want to do that for whatever reason. Not sure why. So they had to find somebody else to play Art. The original actor retired from acting. Yeah, he could have, but I also read that he didn't want to... he had no interest in putting the makeup back on and going through that whole process, is what I read. Hello, Jason. How are you? Hello, Game 3 Goblin. What's up? See the what's up mask. With Mike Freddy and Leatherface. I love Art. Okay, good. All right. Well, see, most of y'all, yeah. I don't know. Yep. I like him. I mean, part 2, so part 2 recently came out. We all know this, 2022. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes long. I do believe it is a little long. I don't think it needed to be that long. And I didn't really care for like the ending with this whole sword and the whole comic book-ish feel to it. I didn't really care for any of that. But most of the rest of it I thought was great. And I like him, how Art's like a smart ass without having to say anything. I like that. And then there were some really good scenes in it. Some good gore scenes and special effects is really cool. Set design was cool. But I did think it was a little long. I do think that. I think I do like part 1 better than part 2. And I really enjoy All Hallows Eve. I think All Hallows Eve is a great movie to watch on Halloween. It's very Halloween-y, so I like that. Everybody I know is excited for part 3. I'm not like excited, but you know, cool. We'll see what happens. I'm wondering what will happen. I hope we see more of the girl. I did like the addition of the little girl in part 2. I thought that was a nice addition, and she did a fantastic job being creepy. So maybe we'll see more of her. I don't know. But I'm at a point now where I would love to see what other types of horror movies or what other types of movies Damien can write and direct. And I would love to see David in some other horror movies or do some other stuff too. I know he was in the Mean one, but I want something a little more I don't know, just something else too. So I'm kind of interested to see what else they can do besides just keep doing Art the Clown and Terrifier movies. But I mean, of course I'll watch part 3. I'm not saying I don't want it. I'm just saying I would love to see something else from them too. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about those. I really want y'all to go watch our podcast on Friday when it airs, and we get into way more conversation about the movies and way in more depth and all that too. Giving birth to his head, like right? Let me ask y'all. Let's see. It's great for independent filmmakers with how much money it may, but T2 was one and done. Watch for me. Okay. About the sister. Cody, that's kind of a good point when you don't care about the sister. I'm kind of with you on that, so I understand what you're saying about that. Yeah, I'm with you. I get it, y'all. Art versus Michael Myers versus Sam. Y'all, I cannot believe you just said that, because we talk about this on the podcast. Did we not talk about that? And somebody just commented that. Gamer Goblin, we literally do talk about that on the podcast, so please watch it on Friday when we air it. That's funny. That's really weird. And it was those 3 people, wasn't it? It was Michael, Sam, and Art. Yeah. Cafe song. Yeah, the Clown Cafe song I'm not down with, so I kind of liked it when Art came out with the Tommy gun. I was like, yeah. Done. Shut up. But it was funny for a moment, but yeah, it was cool. I like the Tommy gun. I like Tommy guns though. Anyway, so we don't have much Art the Clown merch in stock at the moment, but we're trying to get some. We're trying to get some of the 12-inch figures from Trick or Treat Studios. The smaller 5-inch figures, those will not be coming back out until closer to December, unfortunately. And we're trying to get some other stuff, but there's just not a lot of stuff in stock right now. But we do have these art prints. These are really nice. We have these in stock in store and online. That's a gorgeous little art print. I love that. Fantasy Realms. That is the artist. Fantasy Realms. I know you've probably seen them at a convention. Fantasy with a PH. Yeah. They always have a booth at convention stuff. Love his artwork. So we do have that for sale. All right, so let's move on to some other movies, because I know everybody can't wait for me to talk about Evil Dead Rise. I'm going to talk about that last. Let's talk about Trinket Box, because I had started to talk about that last week. I had started watching it, and I told y'all that I would finish it and talk about it this week. So, Trinket Box, which is a Tubi original. It just came out on Tubi. It is an hour and 43 minutes long, which I thought at an hour and 43 minutes, I thought was maybe a little long for that movie. And this is why. I liked the beginning. Like, I liked everything that I had watched up until last week when I was talking about it. And I liked the ending, but it was the middle that kind of fell. It was very slow paced in the middle of the movie. And just not a lot of stuff happening. And I was kind of like, okay, I'm like not into this now. But then finally, somewhat towards the end, something finally happens. And then it's quite interesting at the end. So yeah, the middle was just a little slow paced. But Trinket Box, it does have an underlining message about interracial dating. So that's kind of what it's about on the surface of the movie. But you'll see the backstory of this Trinket Box and the necklace. It's actually the necklace that's in the Trinket Box is actually what's really going on. But you find out the backstory of that at the beginning of the movie, which is pretty crazy. And it's like I said, it's about interracial dating. And it's set in Alabama, 1935, the beginning of it. And then you're in present time and you have a couple that's interracial. It's key to like the ending, and I'm not going to give away the ending. There will be no spoilers on any of the stuff that any of the movies I talk about. But I'm telling you it's about interracial dating because it's kind of key to the point of the story at the end. And so anyway, so this new couple, they move into their new house, and this creepy old neighbor comes by and gives the wife a trinket box. And, as a gift of welcoming her to the neighborhood kind of a thing. And, okay, fine. And she opens the trinket box. There's a necklace inside. And she puts on the necklace and her behavior starts to kind of change, And the husband is seeing this, and before, their relationship was perfect. They were very, everything was perfect about the relationship and about them. And things are starting to change in the relationship. Things are happening because of this necklace. Like every time she wears it, she's just becoming a different person, and he's not knowing what's going on or what's happening. And he figures out that it might just be this necklace doing it. And that's where it goes into the middle of the movie, and it just kind of not a lot happening, and then you find out towards the end what's going on with this necklace, what she becomes, and then what happens. Which I'm not going to give away. But it was interesting. I liked the end. The makeup was very good. I could kind of describe it, but then I'm kind of giving it away, and I don't want to do that. I want you to be like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. But it's more about a necklace than a trinket box. The necklace just kind of came in a trinket box. I give it about a 6 out of 10. I mean, it was a decent watch. It was okay. Why not? Just try it. It's on Tubi. Give it a try. What are y'all saying? Everything at 4th of July. So yes, everything will be 15% off on 4th of July. Hello, Jason. How are you? Machine gun was hilarious. When I loved art with a machine gun. I thought that was funny. Brian didn't think it was funny though, and you'll hear why he didn't like it on the podcast, because we talk about the machine gun. Yeah, the artwork's gorgeous. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, go watch Trinket Box. There you go. The next movie, I did see a lot of people, I have seen quite a few people actually post and talk about, like on Twitter and stuff. Godless, the Eastfield Exorcism, which is another Tubi original. It's an hour and 31 minutes long, and it's a new movie as well. Hour and 30 minutes. That's how long a movie needs to be. That's perfect. This was a very good exorcism movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm giving it at least a 7, maybe a little more than Trinket Box. It kept my interest throughout the whole movie, so I didn't get bored at all with this movie whatsoever. But this movie is really more about mental health than exorcism. And it's quite interesting how they go about the story of this. So you've got a married couple. The female had been married before with a baby, and there was a tragic accident. And so she, has issues from the PTSD from this tragic accident, but she's with her new husband now, and they have a new house and trying to have a new life. And then you see her doing strange things, like in the nude, going outside, dancing, or doing weird things. She starts talking weird, and the husband eventually is thinking that she's possessed, and takes her to, she's been going to a psychiatrist, but he's like, yeah, no, this isn't working, and, wants to have an actual exorcism on her. And he's been going to church, and the people at that church know a person, and they call in on this person that does exorcisms. And it's like it's like one of those guys like on TV, that are so overly dramatic, and they're wearing, like a button down shirt, but yet, they're kind of full of crap, but a lot of people don't think they're full of crap. They have like a huge following. Yeah. So it's kind of like that type of guy. Excuse me. And so he gets him to do the exorcism, and then stuff happens. It's pretty interesting. I highly recommend Godless. If anything, I say go watch that movie. Like I said, it is about mental health though too, and not only in just about exorcisms and possession and all that. I thought the makeup was done very well. The actors I liked. I liked the characters and the story. It was interesting. Once it did kind of get to the last half of the movie, when it's showing the church, the cult. I'm calling it a cult. The cult doing the exorcism. They show a little too much of that. Like it kind of gets a little boring with all that talk. like church talk and religious talk type stuff. But yeah, but other than that, it's pretty good. I really liked it. So I highly recommend it. What's the title again? It's called Godless, the Eastfield Exorcism. Godless. You got Ghostface pillowcases there with you, Kristy, as I saw them online. I do. I have a whole stack of Ghostface stuff sitting right here. I'm going to talk about it here just shortly, I promise. I have a whole bunch of stuff. They're all full of... No, who's full of crap, Noah? Cover spiel. Describe what kind of priest... Oh, okay. Family's insane. Enough of that. My whole family is insane. I love y'all. I love every single one of y'all. So much. Anyway, so go ahead. Go watch Godless, the Eastfield Exorcism on Tubi. I want to do some honorable mentions really quick before I get into Evil Dead Rise. I watched these two particular 80s Giallo Italian slasher movies that I never heard about. How I never heard about these, I don't know. How I never watched them, I don't know. Because y'all know I love my slasher movies. That's my go-to. Just give me a straight slasher movie that's just like mindless, that has no story, and I'm good. I'm happy. And I got that with these two movies, and I was like, I have to write these down and tell everybody about these movies, which I'm sure maybe all y'all have already watched them or not, I don't know. But they're also on Tubi. So it's two movies that go together. Nothing Underneath. And then the second movie is Too Beautiful to Die. They're Italian. They're Giallo. The Nothing Underneath is about an hour and 33 minutes long, and it's from 1985. And the Too Beautiful to Die is the part 2 from that, and it's from 1988, and it's about an hour and 40 minutes long. And literally, it's just about fashion models and a serial killer. That's it, basically. You get a little more story with the first one, but yeah, the second one is just straight up fashion models and killing. And the second one, though, the weapon is freaking cool as hell, and it's part of the artwork on the poster of this movie. So go look that up, Too Beautiful to Die. They actually use that weapon. It's like a weird Chinese dagger thing. I don't know what it is, but it's really cool, and they use this as a weapon in the movie, and it's really awesome. The kills are cool. It's very cheesy, though. I mean, it's Giallo, it's Italian, and it's just like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's tits and ass and blood. I mean, it's literally a lot of that. Everything I like, I'm good with that. So I was very happy when I stumbled upon these on Tubi, and I watched them, and so I just wanted to give them a shout out to y'all if y'all haven't seen them, and if you like Italian Giallo slasher movies. The first one too, Donald Pleasance is in. So there you go. You a big Donald Pleasance fan, you gotta watch that. So Nothing Underneath and Too Beautiful to Die. Go watch those. Those were good. I really liked them. Tubi or not Tubi? That is the question. Very good, yes. Totally agree. Just excited to see you. Yep, I have I can't wait to show you all the Ghostface stuff. I'm so excited about it. Oh, churches. Yeah, I agree. TV pastors. Yes, there you go. TV pastors. That's a good way to describe the guy in the movie. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So let's get down to it. Let's talk about Evil Dead Rise. So it is on Max now. It's streaming on Max, HBO Max, whatever you're calling it. It's an hour and 36 minutes long. I loved it. I really, really liked it. I'm giving it like an 8 or a 9. I thought it was gory. It was creepy. The makeup was good. I liked the story. I liked the characters. You still get a little nods here and there of the original Evil Dead Part 2 with, with Ash. You get little nods in there of it. You had the whole eyeball scene being, going across and going into the mouth. That's from Evil Dead Part 2. So you get the little Easter eggs like that in it, which was nice. I really have nothing to say, bad to say about Evil Dead Rise. I really enjoyed it. The only thing that I have that kind of irritated me was that it's shot so dark. But, I know that that's for atmosphere and the cinematography and all that. But a lot of movies that are shot that dark, I feel like when action scenes are happening, I feel like I'm missing stuff because I can't see it. I can't see the TV. It's just too dark. I don't know. Maybe it's just my eyes. But some movies are shot really dark, and there's just certain scenes you just can't really see, and I hate that. And there's a few scenes in this movie I feel like I missed because I just couldn't see it. So that's probably my only complaint. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Yes, I'm a Tubi girl. I haven't even watched the Pope's Exorcist yet. I'm not sure. It's already out at Walmart. You can purchase it, but I'm waiting for it to stream so I can see it for free. But I really enjoyed Evil Dead. I noticed too, like with the Terrifier movies and Art the Clown, there's a lot of people that just freaking hate this movie. They hated it. Now, this is my thing. When I watched the trailer and then people were asking me, what do you think? I'm like, well, I'm not really sure. But at that point when I watched the trailer, it looked like it was just going to be like some kind of regular old possession movie or just like any other possession movie. So I wasn't really excited about it at first at all. But now watching it, I was like, oh, okay, this was really good. It was really creepy. I liked that. This is not a spoiler, kind of a spoiler, but I liked what the family became. The creature that they became. I liked that. I thought that was really cool. But some people hate it. They didn't like it. That's fine. I think at a point, you're either going to like the original Evil Dead movies, which are comedy horror, and these are more horror. These are more serious. These are more dark than the original. I like that. I'm not saying I don't like the other ones. I've already discussed the other Evil Dead movies a few times already. I don't like Army of Darkness, but I do like original part 1 and 2. But it's so different from what they're doing now. It's just two completely different types of things. So I like both, but I do like the darker, more serious stuff a little more. But some people like one or the other better. And then there's some people that just don't like it at all. They just hate the whole entire series. Just hate Evil Dead. I didn't really even like the Evil Dead movies when I was a kid, though. It just wasn't my jam when I was a kid. And I didn't really watch them. I didn't really appreciate them until I became an adult, as far as, the older ones. But I thought this was extremely creepy. I just didn't find anything bad with it at all. I had someone say to me that they thought it was cartoony. I don't think that it's cartoony at all. I feel like Army of Darkness is cartoony. That's cartoony. But I don't think this was. But I don't know. I feel like maybe there might be other people out there that feel that way. But I thought it was extremely dark and extremely creepy and scary and gory and just everything that we wanted in an Evil Dead movie, I guess. And I liked the story of the family, because the first one, the 2013 one, you had the story of her being, like a drug addict and stuff. So I like both. I like both storylines, and I like where they went with it. I really enjoyed it. That's just me. So. What was the name of the other? Oh, please. Yes. Too Beautiful to Die. It's the part 2 from Nothing Underneath. Apparently there's a part 3, but it was like made like in the early 2000s, and I can't imagine that being as good as the ones in the 80s. Oh, hello, that horror couple. My favorite complaint, it's not an Evil Dead movie. But why is it not an Evil Dead? Like, yeah, I've heard people say that. I'm not understanding that complaint. Why is it not an Evil Dead movie? Because there's no Ash in it? I'm not. I've heard people say that too, and I don't understand that at all. Of course, it's an Evil Dead movie. I mean, you've got everything in it: the Deadites and the Book of the Dead and everything. It's just not going comedy. That's all, and you just don't have Ash. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, Terry Shields, how are you? But let's see. Great seeing you again, Kristy. Oh, hello. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to read everybody's stuff. I'm sorry. Basement of an apartment building. Why was there a wood grinder? Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. So Anthony, where'd it go? Anthony Kolk, I hope I'm saying that right, says, why was there a wood grinder in the basement of an apartment building? Very good point. Don't know. Not sure. It isn't Evil Dead without the shotgun and chainsaw. Oh, hell. Charles. Let's see. It follows the Book of the Dead. Yeah. I don't know. How much I love the Evil Dead. I can't wait to watch the new one. Yeah. I thought it was fantastic. I would never tell anybody to not watch a movie at all, though. I always want everybody, go watch a movie and make your own assessments. You don't even have to listen to me. Why listen to me? Go watch it. I want everybody to watch it. All right. I really want to get into these products now, because I know Elaine is really wanting me to get into these products too, and I want to talk about these products a whole lot. So really quick, go watch Trinket Box, Nothing Underneath, Too Beautiful to Die, Godless, the Eastfield Exorcism, All Hallows Eve, Terrifier, and Terrifier 2 are all on Tubi. And then you can watch Evil Dead Rise on Max. All right. I did pick up Evil Dead Rise yesterday at Walmart, just so everybody knows. I haven't posted. I was just like, I'm not going to post. I'll just tell everybody on my live show. I did pick it up yesterday. I watched Evil Dead Monday night. I had to go to Walmart yesterday, and I was like, it was right there. I was like, okay, in the cart. So I did pick it up for the collection, so I do now have it. All right. Go watch the movies. Let's talk about these products, y'all. I love the Ghostface products. Okay, so we do still have the 25th anniversary mask. It is with the shroud. We have that in stock. And we also have the costume as well that has the mask and the costume together. We have that as well. You see that we have the What's Up mask. We have all of the Scary Movie masks. It was like an assortment type thing, and there's like 3 different ones, I believe. But I know this one is the most popular with the tongue hanging out. So we do have that. We got in some other masks too. I just didn't bring everything. But we also got, let me grab all this stuff, y'all. Okay. Got these knives. And then let's see, these are $5.99. And remember, we will be having our 4th of July sale on Tuesday. The store and the restaurant will be closed, but we will be having our sale online, and everything will be 15% off. This is not Ghostface, but we did get this into. I did order some other stuff from Fun World that's not Ghostface related whatsoever, just some other extra stuff. And we got in some little strobe lights. We got in some bugs, like bags of like spiders, bags of roaches, bags of ants, bags of bugs. And we got in a few weapons too. And this one I thought was really cool. So I just wanted to show y'all this little weapon thing. You can use it for any kind of cosplay or costume. But it has the blood's little hatchet. A little bleeding hatchet. Be good for kids, I suppose. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's $9.99. turn upside down and watch blood ooze. Oh, well, there you go. All right. Can y'all see that? I thought that was pretty cool. So we got that in too. And there's, what else was it? There's some other weapon we got into. I can't remember what it was now. All right. We also got in these pillowcases. Ghost face pillowcases. There's 2 different versions. I like both of them. I kind of like that one. That one kind of has the blood drip on that pillowcase. The pillowcases are $7.99. $7.99. So we got those. This is for the ladies. We've got, or whoever, got the ponchos. I think it has, yep, there's a blood splatter on the poncho too. This is $24.99. It says glittering ghost face poncho, adult. So that's pretty cute. We got that. And then we also got this. I grabbed a bunch of stuff that I thought was just kind of different that you don't see all the time. And then we got this in too. It has the jersey and the mask. So you get the hockey jersey, mask with attached hood. And it's a one size fits most. Up to 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. So we've got that, and it is $39.99. And we've gotten some other stuff too. Like I said, I didn't bring everything in here, but I just thought those particular items were fun and cool and something different. But everything will be 15% off on 4th of July. So that'll be fun. Oop, I lost y'all. There we go. Hello. Hello, Raven Wolf. How are you? So pick on the knife from what I saw there. Does it show ghost face pick on the knife from what I saw there? On the knife. It's the backer card. It's the backer card. You just get this rusty looking knife, but it's the backer card that, if you were like a really huge ghost face collector and you're wanting this just for the backer card, really, I would buy 2. Then you can have one you can actually use the knife. And the knife you can use for any cosplay. It doesn't have to be ghost face. You can use that for anything. A lot of this stuff, like we got the pumpkin carving kit. I mean, I just figured collectors, big time ghost face collectors, would want something like that in their collection to add to their collection because it's just something different. I don't know. I'm that type of person. I like different things like that. So I don't know if anybody would actually use the ghost face pumpkin carving kit, but I think it's cool looking. What's Ash or nothing? Personally, I think that you can continue without having Ash as the main character. I totally agree with you, Anthony. Yep, 15% off. Everything's gonna be 15% off, y'all. July 4th. Like I said again, the store and the restaurant will be closed. My daughter will be here. There's a few things I like to talk about really quick, and then I'm done. My daughter will be here Sunday. I'm excited about that. And so she will be doing the podcast and my live show with me next week. So y'all will get to see my daughter. We are going to talk about Stay Alive, the movie Stay Alive. And her and Brian are going to talk about video games. And I think they're going to touch on talking about Five Nights at Freddy. I guess that trailer just came out or whatever. So they're going to talk about that too. I'm just going to sit here and listen. But that's going to be exciting for next week. So you'll get to see my daughter next week. And we'll talk about Stay Alive and whatever else we get to watch. And then Saturday, this coming Saturday, at Tom Devlin's Monster Museum, he is having Daniel Harris and Scout Taylor Compton doing a signing at his museum. And then they're going to be doing their podcast later that evening as well. Me and Brian will be attending the signing. I want to go get a picture with both of them. So we are going to have our video guy come with us on Saturday and take a video, and we're going to do a little small video of Tom Devlin's place and his signing, and just to give y'all something a little different. Tom supports us, we support them, and got a movie that Tom wrote and directed. Got a movie coming out that I was in, so I don't know when he's going to start announcing that, but I'm very excited about that. I'm going to have to ask him about that on Saturday. But I'll do a little short interview with him too for the video, and it'll be just something different for y'all to see. And what else y'all can do out here in Vegas besides just Nightmare Toys and Nightmare Cafe too. So that's going to be a fun little video. So we're doing that. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all, I did post a picture in my Instagram earlier. We now have a pinball machine here. We have an Iron Maiden pinball machine. So we're adding in some stuff to the store to come in and to just have more fun. So we will be having a claw machine with horror plushies, of course. I've been wanting a claw machine since day one. I love claw machines. My daughter loves claw machines. So I'm excited to have a claw machine. And then we just purchased for photo ops. We're going to have little photo op areas. I just purchased a mannequin, a chest burster mannequin. It's a guy with the chest burster, and then you just stick your head over, on it, and then you take your picture. So it's really cool, like you're the chest burster guy. So we're gonna make little photo op areas, and then we'll have the pinball machine, the claw machine, some other fun stuff we're gonna be adding to the store. So how cool is that? I can't wait to have my own claw machine. I'm so excited. Oh, there's a Killer Clowns show in Sacramento, July 8th. The Claw, right? Hello, Jeff. How are you? So I'm very excited to be adding those to the store and adding more fun to the store. And speaking of fun, this past weekend, I had a lot of fun. If you follow me on my social medias, Nightmare Kristy on my Twitter and my Instagram. On Friday, I went to a car show, to the Barrett Jackson car show on Friday. That was a ton of fun. I love cars. Even got to ride in the drift cars. That was fun. That was the Dodge drift cars. That was really cool. That was a good time. It was a fun day. I highly recommend the car show if it comes to a city near you. And then I had my photo shoot on Sunday, and that was so much fun. It was so nice to be out by the pool. It was shot at $1 million home here in Las Vegas. And the owners were very nice, very nice. Thank you for letting us use your home and your pool. There was a couple other girls that were there for the photo shoot too, and we all did our own types of photos, so I can't wait to see how those turned out. Hopefully I'll get them back before 4th of July, because one of the bathing suits I was wearing for the photo shoot is red, white, and blue. And I have a story with some of my pinup photos, and I don't know if I portray that or not to everybody that looks at my pinup photos, but whenever I go to these photo shoots, I'm trying to portray a story. So my story on this one is just rich bitch. I'm the classy rich bitch sitting by the pool that goes out to the pool with full makeup, her hair done, her heels on, reading her book, and then I get in the pool with a beach ball and play a little bit, take a few shots tanning on the diving board. I'm like that rich bitch girl. That's the story I am trying to tell. And I even brought a Mob Girl. It's a mafia book, an autobiography called Mob Girl. I just thought that was fitting. I do like the mafia. I'm also in Las Vegas, so I thought me reading like a mob book too. You'll see the photos, but it was a lot of fun, and I hope everybody will enjoy those photos. And then the second part of it, I was spooky rich bitch, wearing the black, the dark lip, sunglasses, and I had my Ouija board planchette float, and we did some really cool shots with the waterfall and stuff with that. So I can't wait to show y'all both sets of photos. So that's kind of what I'm going for with the photo shoot when I do start posting those. It was a ton of fun, though. I love working with Michelle Starr and Sabina Kelly. They are fantastic. hair and makeup. I was the only one that had hair and makeup done. The other girls already had their hair and makeup done. I like getting my hair and makeup done. I think it's great. So I can't wait to show y'all. I had tons of fun doing that. What are y'all saying? Yep, I hope that I will get some of the photos back before 4th of July, like I said. You should have horror fans as special guests of the podcast from time to time as prizes. Yeah? Can we have guests come in on the podcast and stuff? Like, even though that we shoot the podcast, live, can we have other people come in? How can we do that? Because I've had a lot of people ask us about that without them physically coming in here and sitting with us. Because that would be the only way that I can have guests on the podcast, is if the person actually can come here and come in here and come sit with us to do the podcast. I've tried to explain that to some people, but
other than maybe like FaceTime.
Yeah, like a FaceTime thing, but that would be kind of weird.
But
I don't know how well that would register on camera. Yeah, you can to do a podcast with us now that you kind of have to be here. But if you're here, yes, Skype.
Yeah.
Somebody said Skype. Oh, okay. Well, you're a local then. See, there you go. We just solved the problem right there. You can come on in. Yep. Best one out of all of them. Yep. I think so. Yes. Somebody else said Skype. Like have a Skype thing.
It might be a thing where if we both had, like, if I had Skype on this computer and you had Skype there.
On here.
And if we were in the same call, we could, like, put one of, like, him here.
Right.
Or whoever's here, and then I could actually, like, switchboard between you two.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. It would just be kind of
the only way to remote
right.
do it, other than like a literal phone call. But.
Right. Okay. We'll figure it out.
It is possible.
For what? Local horror fan. What could go? Message us on the Instagram. Because I've already got a couple of weeks planned out and stuff. All right, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. So make sure you go watch all of the movies I mentioned on Tubi. 4th of July sale on Tuesday. Be on the lookout for a video from Tom Devlin's that me and Brian will be doing on Saturday. All the products you see here is online and in store. Everything will be on sale. And next week we're going to be doing Stay Alive, like I said. And the week after that we will do Insidious, The Red Door. We'll do that movie. I would like to say one last thing before I go. Well, two last things. Number one, thank you very much, everybody, for coming on here and listening to what I have to say. I really appreciate it. It's really hard to talk about movies with people like online and texting. Not only do I not have all this time in the world to sit and text, but I feel like I don't convey, either I don't convey or maybe you don't convey what we're trying to say in texting, and I hate that. I like to actually talk and talk in person. I like this. I like this interaction, or talk in person. Or if y'all want to Skype with me and just talk about horror movies, we can do that. I'll do that. I have a Skype, but no one ever... But everybody wants to do it like at midnight, and I'm not up at midnight, though. But if you want to talk with me on Skype, let's do that. Because I hate texting. It hurts my hands, and you can't really relay what you're trying to say. And then some people might take something wrong, and I hate that. But, if you really want to just sit down and talk to me about the Terrifier movies or Halloween movies or whatever, let's Skype. I'll do that. I mean, yeah, no problem. Just got to message me, y'all. Let's do it. But anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate y'all being here and listening to what I have to say. Because sometimes I do have a lot to say, but I never say anything. I try not to say my opinions too much at all online. and I have my reasons. And on this podcast, the Terrifier podcast, we kind of get into that. We kind of discuss fans and behaviors and things a little bit. And I don't want to get into it now, but watch the podcast and you'll see what I have to say about some stuff. And maybe that will clarify some things and maybe put a different perspective on some of the stuff that I go through for whatever weird reason with opinions. So I try not to really say too much, to be honest, online, unfortunately. So I like doing this. I like my live show where I can kind of just talk and say whatever I want to talk about. And I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming on here. There's no judgments, not hating on anybody about anybody's opinion. And just, there's no hate here. So I just want to talk horror. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really want to do. That's all that I've loved my whole life. So thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. And then with that note, I would like to say, I said it on the podcast and I'm going to say it here, rest in peace, Julian Sands. We did find out yesterday that the remains that they had found earlier in the week are confirmed to be Julian Sands' remains. It's a very sad situation. He's been missing since January. Glad that they found his remains. But it's a sad situation, and I hate that. He's a wonderful actor. I know we all love him for Warlock, but I have to say I really love him in Rose Red. That is my favorite. I love that movie. Arachnophobia, and the list goes on of what he's been in and the great actor that he is. So with that note, I am going to go, and I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a spooky day, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.